What up, Liam's Lexus Build 2 here, and today we're going to talk about two major categories that Toyota is missing that they could make boatloads of money on in the U.S. market. First, we have the Toyota style Sprinter van. We have a commercial for the guys who want a reliable van that can drive around and do the plumbing and construction, electric work, shit like that. And then we have the camping community with Toyota making overland rigs for their Lexus lineup, their Toyota lineup for the 4Runner, Sequoia, Tundra, Tacoma, all that. You'd think they would have a van, like a camper van rig, sort of like they did in the 90s, but not to that extent in the 80s too, with the Dolphin or whatever they had. But you think they would have some type of van out there to compete with the Sprinter and make like a little camping rig out, because van life has boomed in the past few years, and you have Toyota guys stuck with getting rooftop tents or getting Land Cruisers and building them out into like mini, like fucking sleeping overland builds, and they really just left that market open for having a van where you can build out and call it your home and live out of, because the overland community would really like that. And the overland community is obsessed with Toyotas right now and Lexus vehicles because of how reliable and durable they are on the trails and how big the aftermarket support is for them. So it's kind of odd that Toyota hasn't hit that market yet, or at least tried to in the U.S. And then the other thing that Toyota is missing out on, and I think you guys probably can guess it because I said the U.S. market, is a 1-ton pickup truck. They have the Tundra with the twin-turbo V6, and even then, that engine isn't that reliable now. The turbos are exploding. At first, they tried saying it was faulty parts, but now it's come out that it's actually the turbos, now that newer models are having problems with them, and the turbos are just grenading and blowing up and causing problems. So between that happening, you think Toyota would bring back the 5.7 V8 and at least give that as like an option to people who want to buy it, because they're also lacking in that end. And same with the 4Runner and the Tacoma. They should at least offer the 4-liter for the 4Runner and Tacoma, even the Land Cruiser, in my opinion. But they have not done that yet. But they really need to. They haven't done it since they started making the Tundra in the U.S. They really need a 1-ton truck, because there are a lot of dudes out there that I know would love a 1-ton so they can use it for like their for like towing and stuff, towing campers or hot shot and shit like that. I mean, I don't think it would sell nearly as much as the top 3 brands would, but I think there's a market that's available that it would make them a decent amount of money. The problem with that is they would only be able to really sell it in Mexico, US, and Canada. And what Toyota has done recently is they like selling their vehicles across like different countries, I guess you could say. Like our Land Cruiser that we have here is actually Land Cruiser Prado, which is sold in Australia, and our Lexus LX 600 is also the Land Cruiser 300 series that we do not get. The Prado that we have replaced that, and it's also being sold in Australia and other countries right now. So they like being able to do that. And if they produce a 1-ton Toyota pickup, they would not be able to do that because other countries aren't having 1-ton diesels like that. But with the van, though, if they make a van like I just showed you, and not the Chevy Express style van that was in the beginning, that was absolutely ridiculous. But if they make a styled van like the pictures I showed you, it would look. It not only looks good, but I think they'd make a killing on it. They could do a diesel version for overseas, even a diesel version over here in the U.S., or just a little 4-cylinder with a turbo would be nice, even for the people who like the hybrids. Offer an all-wheel drive system for it, or true 4x4. Add the camping and the camping packages for it, so you can get the rooftop that like the high top roof that you can expand, or the or just have like roof racks for it for people who want to buy for commercial uses. I really think that Toyota is messing up here by not only have they not made it for 25 years, they have no intention in making it. And it's just, it makes no sense for me that with them catering to the overland community right now, with the Overland Race, the TRD Pro, Over Trail, Trail Hunter, in the Lexus and Toyotas that they have right now. I mean, the Land Cruiser, Tacoma, Sequoia, Tundra, 4Runner, all have off-road packages. And you think that they would make a van that'll fit that has all-wheel drive or true 4x4, whatever one, which or whatever, and cater to the overland community with that, because a lot of overlanders are also like, they like van lifing too. Like me, I like overlanding, but I'm also like, I want to build an SUV that also I can live out of for weeks on end, but no problem. Like, if I got a Land Cruiser, I would like to make the interior so I could comfortably live out of it for a few weeks. So when I go on road trips, I'm comfortable. But it's not ideal. So if they made a van that had true 4x4 that I can lift it and there's aftermarket support for, I would probably go with the van. This way I could take it off-road. I wouldn't get stuck because I had 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and I can get to certain areas I want to get to. And it's a van, so it has the amenities that you cannot fit in a SUV, like a sink or a bathroom or a portable shower, a full bed, TV, a stove, like shit like that you can fit in a van that you cannot fit in a SUV. So, and that's why if they make a Sprinter style van instead of like an Express style van or Ecoline style van, if they make a Sprinter style van with all these like packages you can add on, like camping, you could add the high top roof that pops up like a tent, or a high top add-on that's fiberglass, shit like that, and add these packages, all-wheel drive, no all-wheel drive, 4x4, and you can customize it and special order it, and they'll have that available for special order. And then, like, they have the commercial vans just at their dealerships ready to go, ready to sell. And you can sign on packages. Like, say you go to the dealership, buy it, you can order this package for that, and then you'll keep it there. You buy it, and they'll add it on at the dealership, shit like that. I think they would make a killing because there's so many people out here with work vans, and, like, they're really settling for, like, Tundras right now. And Tacomas, people who want Toyotas and own their own businesses. I noticed a lot of them have, like, what's it called, like toolboxes and, like, I don't know what the right word is, add-ons for their Tacoma and Tundra, at least in my area, where they store tools and all their equipment in. And if they had a van available, I'm sure they would buy a van, because there are a lot of, like, Toyota enthusiasts like myself who do not want to buy out of the brand, at least anymore. I've had no luck with other brands like Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, like, even vehicles that are supposed to be reliable by them, their engines might be reliable, but their trans is crap, electrical problems, just shit like that. I don't want to deal with that. Toyota does not have. And that's why I'm, like, such a Toyota and Lexus, like, minded person now. And I'm sure there are people out there like myself. I meet them online every day, especially through my YouTube channel. And they would love to have a Toyota style pickup truck, 1 ton to tow with, or a van. Especially the overland community. We've been screaming this for years that we don't want to, if we want, like, a Sprinter style van, Dodge is unreliable. They're expensive to work on. Mercedes, extremely expensive, extremely hard to work on. And the Ford Transits are garbage. They're junk. You can't do it. Same thing. They're impossible to work on. You get a Toyota, at least it'll be reliable. So if the engine blows, I mean, you don't even have to worry about the engine blow. But I mean, like, you don't have to pull the engine or to pull the body up off the fucking subframe to do minor engine work on it. Like, because the shit's reliable, you know? Like, I'm sure they would sell so much more of them than the other three combined, Mercedes, Dodge, and Ford, because of how much more reliable they'd be than the other, I guess you could call big three Sprinter vans right now, because each single one of them has their problems and they're all a pain in the ass to work on. And we've been screaming this for years, how we want one. Toyota hasn't done it yet. I think, if anything, they're closer to making that than they would be a 1 ton dually pickup truck. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this video. I also have a video out about the Land Cruiser and how we got the Land Cruiser Prado 250 series and how they still make the 300 series that we never got. And it's overseas in Australia right now, and you can buy it there. And we actually have the 300 series platform, but you have to buy it in a Lexus LX600. Did a whole video on that if you guys want to check that out. It's the one before this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.